All right, guys. Favorite time of the week. I'm going to be doing. I just updated my spreadsheet here, and we're going to be talking my net worth. And so I kind of want to go over. There's been a couple changes to this cool program that I've been using, this wealth tracker, and they just made a significant upgrade over the weekend. And this chart has been janky. You can see big jumps here on and off as they try to migrate to a different. They're using a different integration system called Plaid, I think, to connect like bank accounts and financial institutions. So that's way more secure and hopefully more consistent because every time there's a little janky in the road here, it drives me crazy. So I'm hoping that in the future here, this is my real net worth here, and I don't know why the graph keeps changing crazy. So I haven't been a huge fan of that, but I do think that this significant upgrade that just got finished, I think, is here to stay. So net worth jumped $7,500, and I'm excited about that. So I kind of want to go over some of the changes that I've made. The first and easy one here. Well, before I jump to that, one thing that I really like now about the program is that the balance sheet is correct. I can have my bank account actually connect to the program. No more manual bank account tracking. It's got my equity in there, stock accounts, and it's just looking really clean. Of course, the manual assets. One feature I wish they had was, some sort of integration with Zillow, and and they don't. So I have to manually add my Zillow stuff in there. So we have linked institutions. That's my M1 finance account, my bank account, and so on and so forth. And as we kind of dig in here, I did sell. I did have a C3 Corvette, so now we are a one vehicle family as we prepare for RV life here in in the future. And we have some life insurance value here, but most importantly, I just updated um, my Zillow property values. And again, whenever I talk about Zillow, some people are like, "Oh, well, Zillow is never accurate." In this market, it's always Zillow plus like 50 grand. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm seeing prices closing at. So if anything, I feel like these are conservative figures, and feeling really good about kind of what we have here. So with all these upgrades, and then me selling a vehicle, my net worth went up about $7,500. And April is closed out. It's officially May. So I had a big month last month. I'm happy about it, and I'm hoping that May will be a bigger month. I do have some decent commissions kind of coming through, and hoping that May's an even bigger month. I am thinking about doing a video in the future, something along the lines of, you know, how I spent the funds that came in. So if you'd like to see that, drop a comment. I think that would kind of help motivate me to do that. And so, usually at the end of the month, I'll update my dividends, and dividends didn't have a huge month, but um, you know, I am starting to invest in some of these monthly dividend holdings, which will also increase that amount. I did update the equity tracker, and these are the same numbers that you'll find here on the balance sheet. And so I did have some nice changes. For most of the property, these three properties, it went up about $3,000 each. This is a new property. I'm not sure. Zillow tends to go a little bit slower whenever I buy a new property, and then it updates. And my primary residence had a really, really nice $15,000 jump, which is great. And one thing that I'm starting to see here on my net worth here is I'm planning on spending quite a bit of money here on on a really big home project, and so my net worth should drop theoretically. I'm going to have another big month this month, but I'm planning on spending about $70,000 on building a tiny container home, that which will provide future rental income, as well as we're going to be doing a sport court. And so we do have some big home projects. The reason I bring that up is this value may or may not go up. It's quite challenging for those things to reflect immediately, but my net worth should go down because I'm spending money. So with that said, I have value, mortgage, and equity positions per property. I do have a refinance coming here soon for this property, which will allow me to invest in some other places, and stay tuned for that. Um, and so each of the properties have been updated. Here's the total values. I got $3.1 million in value, 1.6 in debt, and 1.4 in equity. So I did have a nice, almost a crossover point at this point where I was almost 50-50. And then I bought this home here where I put, what is that, 16, 12, 15% down, somewhere along the line. So these numbers are almost 60-40, roughly. So that's the big update right now is, I got total income added, I got equity updated, and we're looking good here on my notes here. I think I'm missing a week that I need to add. So that puts me around, $94,000 that I've collected so far. And, my current return on investment is looking really good. So still holds to be one of my better investments that I've made. And if you'd like to see more about the notes, I'm happy to share it. But all in all, that is the net worth update. And again, I do these every Monday. I do like to do them regularly. When this graph looks accurate, you can see that there is a nice uptrend here. That is what I had here, a decent uptrend. And so there will be, net worth is filled with ups and downs along the whole way. And so at the end of the day, I'm happy with the direction that it's going. I'm creating more value. And we did just have a couple changes with two of my rentals, and we have two tenants moving out. I do need to put about $3,000 to $5,000 worth of repairs into those rentals. I've had those tenants in there since I purchased the homes, really about three years or so ago. So I am about $2,000 a month under rented on my rents between these three houses here, 2, 3, and 4. So I am hoping that I'll probably get about $700 more in rent just by raising the rent. That's free cash flow because everything else is pretty much handled. And I think that's really going to be good. And then my primary residence, we are going to be doing a little bit of renovation here, and then we will be renting it out, which I'm also excited for because I do think we'll get about 2,500 or more in cash flow on this property. It's a nice property, and we're gonna be doing full-time RV, and in a couple of years we will come back to the house. We do love the house. It is our as my wife says, her forever home. So but for now, we're just trying to get it really nice for us in the future, and make another living space available on the property. So with that said, guys, that's the net worth update. And I'm really excited about the trajectory. I do expect to hit north of $2 million this year. And it's fun to watch it grow. And if the stock market rallies, I do expect, to have a 70, 80, $100,000 gain, because it has been pretty stagnant for the last 4 to 6 months. But real estate keeps going up, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon, and my income continues. So with that said, guys, thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, and thank you for following the channel.